Good evening, you're watching the news on Croatian television. The first deputy chairman of Sberbank's executive board, Maksim Poletajev, and the CEO of Sberbank Croatia, Mario Henjak, met with Prime Minister Andrej Plenković and Deputy Prime Minister and Economy Minister Martina Dalić today. Sberbank is the largest creditor to the ailing Agrokor concern and is calling for priority status when it comes to the payment of its outstanding debts. The bank has already given Agrokor more than €1 billion in loans.
What were discussed, and I think we should to find a solution. It depends on the level of cooperation.
Government released a statement today noting that the meeting had served as an exchange of ideas and that both sides had agreed that the common goal was to ensure Agrokor's continued operations so as to protect jobs and resolve the issue of its outstanding debts. Finance Minister Zdravko Marić did not attend today's meeting. He did, however, comment on the Russian bank's claims that government is responsible for Agrokor's outstanding debts.
You've heard what the Prime Minister and all of us have been saying since the first day. This is a private company. Yes, government has created a legal framework within which it will be easier to begin the restructuring process, but there is absolutely no talk of assuming its debts.
Poletajev also met with Agrokor's government-appointed emergency director Ante Ramljak today. Ramljak said that he presented Sberbank officials with Agrokor's new financing model. He added that Sberbank had been invited to participate in new loans for Agrokor, but noted that the new line of credit does not hinge on Sberbank's participation.
I think they left the meeting pleased because they received concrete information regarding the financial situation of specific companies. I think that everyone is aware of the fact that the tourist season has begun and that this will ensure that the financial standing of all companies within the concern and their liquidity will only get better and better.
Meanwhile, economic analyst Damir Novotny said today that government must not assume responsibility for Agrokor's debts. He added that it was now important to look to the future and not dwell on the past.
The forensic approach by which we analyze what happened in the past and don't make any forward progress in terms of what the company will look like in the next 5 months or a year is the wrong approach. We are talking about the fact that negotiations for loans are ongoing, instead of talking about the fact that the company is being restructured and then finding the money needed.
According to the Croatian National Bank, total foreign direct investment in Croatia in 2016 stood at €1.76 billion. This is up by roughly $1.5 billion from the previous year, which saw record low foreign investment. Most of last year's foreign direct investment came from Italy, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Speaking at a conference titled "The Kind of Croatia We Need," President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović said that Croatia needs to rebrand itself from a factor of stability in Southeast Europe to a powerful player on the North Atlantic scene. She added that it was important to not allow other countries in the region to create Croatia's image, something that has already happened to some extent with regard to the Second World War and the Homeland War.
Does Croatia want to base its economy solely on tourism? Or do we want to strengthen exports? Do we want to change demographic trends? Do we want to change our position in the world at all? These are all questions that we need to address.
We have not told a good enough story about ourselves, and foreigners perceive us through Croatia's natural beauty and our tourism offer and uniqueness. We also see here, especially in Northern Europe, that we are still being associated with the war, socialist inheritance, and the former Yugoslavia.
According to a study by the United Nations Development Programme, 15% of Croatia's citizens are socially excluded. The highest level of social exclusion is among Croatian youth. In the hope of improving these figures, the youth organization Status M organized a conference on the needs of socially excluded youth.
When projects such as these end, what should happen doesn't, and that is that the state takes over the program so that it becomes systematically applied to all children. Of course, we're left with a broad area of education in terms of civics, health, democracy, education for a culture of dialogue, and training for critical thinking and self-criticism.
Taking a quick look at sports, Marin Cilic has advanced to the second round of the French Open after beating Latvian Ernest Gulbis in straight sets today. Borna Coric is also through after beating Frenchman Matthias Borg 7-6, 6-3, 6-2. In the women's draw, Ana Konjuh beat Montenegrin Danka Kovinic 7-5, 7-6 to advance to the second round, while Dona Vekic made a first-round exit after losing to Shuai Zhang of China in straight sets. In the Croatian Basketball Championships, Cedevita Zagreb beat crosstown rivals Cibona 79-54 in Game 4 of their best-of-5 final last night. The fifth and deciding game will be played on Thursday. And now the forecast for tomorrow. Predominantly sunny with a slight chance of some light rain near the border with Slovenia. The UV index will be relatively high. Winds will be mild inland with a mild to moderate westerly and southwesterly on the coast. Morning lows of 10 to 16 degrees Celsius inland, 16 to 19 on the Adriatic, will give way to highs of 25 to 27 degrees. The three-day forecast for the interior calls for predominantly sunny and hot weather. There will be some isolated showers and thunderstorms, especially on Thursday. The coast will also see sunny skies with some cloud development at the end of the week on the northern Adriatic, where there could be some localized showers. And that wraps up the news. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night.